There's a moment in life when silence says more than words, when someone's absence speaks louder than their presence ever did. If you've been sensing a strange shift in the air lately, a quiet tug at your soul, it's because something is already unfolding behind the scenes. The angels brought you here today not by coincidence, but because you need to know, the one who walked away is coming back. But not in the same way they left. This time, they're carrying something much deeper in their heart. You may not have seen it coming, but deep down, perhaps you felt it. That flutter in your chest when you hear a certain song. That inexplicable pull when you check your phone. These aren't just fleeting emotions. They're whispers from the divine. Signs that the story between you two is far from over. And what's happening now is bigger than anything either of you ever imagined. The angels reveal something powerful. This person didn't leave because they stopped caring. In fact, the distance was never about emotions. It was spiritual. They were running away from themselves more than from you. And the space they created? It's become the very ground where a new kind of love is beginning to bloom. But before I go on, pause and anchor this moment. Breathe. And if your heart resonates with the truth of these words, write in the comments, I feel it. I claim it. I'm ready. Because what you're about to discover next might just change everything for you. This person, yes, the one whose absence carved silence into your days, is fighting a battle you can't see. A war between pride and yearning, fear and love. They tried to convince themselves they made the right choice. They filled their days with distractions. Smiles that didn't reach their eyes. Conversations that couldn't hold their focus. And late at night, when the world went quiet, they thought of you. Every single time. Why now, you might ask? Why would they be coming back after all this time? The angels reveal something sacred. This person has been undergoing a silent transformation. What you ignited in them, the honesty, the warmth, the reflection you held up to their soul, couldn't be forgotten. They've come to realize that walking away from you wasn't stepping towards peace. It was stepping away from home. They've been observing you from a distance. Maybe not literally, but energetically. Feeling your presence like a gentle echo in their daily life. They've noticed how you've grown, even without them. How you've stood tall, radiated light, and moved with grace. And now they're understanding that they don't just regret leaving. They deeply admire who you've become in the meantime. But here's what's truly unexpected. What they're planning isn't just a message, a call, or a casual "Hey, how are you?" No. What's coming is a gesture rooted in profound conviction. It's not an apology, it's a declaration. They want to build something real. Something lasting. Something sacred. They may not have the words just yet, but their spirit is rehearsing. And if you've been dreaming of them, sensing their presence out of the blue, or hearing their name in unexpected places, it's no coincidence. It's their energy reaching out to you, trying to bridge the gap. Because deep within their soul, they know, this connection was meant to continue. Now, I have a question for you, one only your heart can answer. Will you be ready to receive it when it arrives? Because what they're planning will require something from you too. Not just forgiveness, but strength, vulnerability, and above all, openness. This isn't about returning to what was, it's about co-creating something entirely new. And just as you've been guided here, others are seeking the same kind of clarity and healing. If this message resonates deeply within you, if something in your soul is whispering, yes, this is for me, then don't let this be just another video you watch. Become part of this sacred space where souls awaken, hearts reconnect, and miracles unfold. Subscribe now, and step fully into the flow of divine guidance. This isn't just about one message. It's a doorway to the rest of your story. Now, returning to what the angel showed me. This person is making silent moves. They're reorganizing parts of their life in your name. Making changes they once resisted. Letting go of habits, people, and beliefs that kept them stuck. Why? Because they want to be someone worthy of the love they once couldn't hold. They want to stand in front of you not just with words, but with actions that match the depth of what they feel. They might not know how to say it, but every part of them is aligning for this return. And when they show up, it won't be a knock on the door. It will be a wave. A soul-to-soul reconnection that makes time stop. You are not crazy for still feeling connected. You are not weak for still hoping. You are intuitive. You are attuned. And more importantly, you are chosen. Not just by them, but by the divine. To be the one who helps awaken love in someone who once feared it. And what they're planning. It's not small. It's not temporary. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where love is louder than fear. The truth, dear soul, is that your energy has never left them. It lingered like perfume in a room they thought they'd never return to. And now, after walking through doors that didn't open and chasing dreams that felt hollow, they're circling back. Not out of loneliness, but out of realization. They see now that you weren't just a passing chapter. You were the turning point. The angels reveal something extraordinary. This person has started to talk about you again. Quietly at first. To a friend. To someone they trust. Their words might be cautious, but the emotion is unmistakable. Regret. Admiration. Longing. They're beginning to unlock the vault they once sealed tight, glancing into the memories, the emotions, the possibilities. What they're imagining now isn't just reconciliation. It's building a life, filled with the kind of love they didn't believe they deserved. Until now. They're being shown dreams. Signs. Synchronicities. Even their resistance is softening. You are appearing in their world in ways that feel impossible to overlook. In music. In strangers' words. In the very timing of their days. And deep within, something in them is whispering, reach out. Don't wait too long. But what does that mean for you? What should you do in this moment of divine alignment? Here's the message the angels want you to hear loud and clear. You don't have to chase. You don't have to beg. You are magnetic just by being. Your love, your strength, your gentleness, all of it, is already drawing them back in. What's required of you now is trust. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust that your soul recognized something true long before your mind understood it. Trust that when love is real, it returns in divine timing, not when your ego demands it, but when both souls are ready to rise into something sacred. This isn't just a love story. It's a soul contract. And even if it's taken detours, even if fear and pride tried to interrupt the path, the light never went out. And now, beloved, there's one more step. Keep yourself open to receive. Because the gesture that's coming won't be casual. It will be intentional. It may come softly. A message. A confession. A visit. But its impact will be seismic. And when that moment arrives, it won't be your past knocking, it will be your future calling. The angels are surrounding you now with strength, clarity, and grace. They know you've waited, that you've cried, and that you've questioned your worth in the absence of this person's presence. But today, they are asking you to release the weight of the past and make room for what's returning, new, healed, and whole. As you breathe in this truth, remember, the love you gave was never lost. It was planted. And now, the roots are ready to rise. If your heart is beating faster right now, if tears are forming behind your eyes without warning, it's because you know. On a deeper level, you already feel it. Something is on its way. If this message reached you at just the right moment, it's because it was never meant to miss you. So here's what to do now. Let your energy stay soft. Let your boundaries stay sacred. Let your faith stay strong. And when you're ready, say to yourself out loud, I am ready to receive a love that matches the truth of my soul. Then, watch what happens next. You see, when someone walks away, the world tells us to move on, to forget, to close the chapter. But what the angels want you to understand today is this: not every departure means the story is over. Some separations are sacred pauses, moments of divine redirection. Because sometimes, souls need to lose sight of each other to remember what they truly mean. This person has gone through that journey, a journey of realizing what love isn't, so they could finally recognize what love is. And it has brought them right back to you, not just physically, but spiritually. Not just with feelings, but with new intentions. They don't want to return empty-handed. They want to return ready. Ready to offer stability, honesty, and consistency. All the things they once withheld, out of fear, pride, or confusion, they are now preparing to give freely. The angels show that this is not a fantasy. It's a spiritual alignment. What you've been feeling wasn't delusion. It was preparation. You were never just sitting around doing nothing. You were healing. You were evolving into the person capable of embracing this kind of love. And now, as this new version of yourself starts to make progress, even if it's not yet apparent, something inside you is changing too. You're becoming more discerning, more aware of your own value. You're no longer willing to accept half-hearted energy. That transformation within you is what's attracting a better version of them. And here's something the angels revealed that might surprise you. They've already attempted to reach out. Maybe through dreams. Maybe in silence. Maybe by crafting messages that they ultimately deleted. But the desire is there, stronger than ever. It's only a matter of time before the floodgates open and their truth comes pouring in. But what happens next is entirely up to you. Will you listen? Will you remain open? Will you trust your intuition, the one that always knew there was more to this story? Because, beloved soul, this person is planning something that could change everything. Not to repeat the past, but to rewrite it. With you. And as the angels surround you with light, they ask you to do one more thing. Look into your own heart. What is it whispering to you right now? If it says, I'm ready, then speak it out loud. Say it with all of your being. Say it like a prayer. Say it like a key turning in a lock that's been waiting to be opened. I'm ready to receive what is mine. I'm ready for true love. I'm ready for the purposeful return. And then, let go. Because sometimes, the greatest miracles come, not when you force things, but when you surrender. What they're planning is not just a return, it's redemption. A chance for both of you to start anew, not where things ended, but where your souls always intended to connect. This is your moment. This is your sign. And this is only the beginning. There's a stillness before every miracle. A hush in the soul just before destiny knocks. And maybe, just maybe, that's where you are now. In that sacred pause where everything feels quiet, but everything is being rewritten. The angels want to remind you, divine timing never arrives early. Never late. It unfolds the moment your heart and their heart are both aligned. And that moment is approaching faster than you think. This person who once pulled away is now moving in a rhythm guided not by fear, but by clarity. They've begun to understand something profound, that love doesn't wait forever, but it does return for those who are willing to transform. They are preparing something not just symbolic, but transformative. Not a gift to impress, but an offering of who they've become. They want to show you that they didn't walk away and stay the same. They evolved. Quietly, painfully, beautifully. And they're ready to prove it, not with words, but with presence, with action, with a love that doesn't disappear when things get hard. And while they've been on that journey, you've been on your own. You've learned what it means to hold space for your own healing, to live without closure, to stand in your light without shrinking, even in the face of confusion. You became stronger, softer, wiser, more radiant. This isn't a story about going back. It's about meeting again, fully seen, fully known, fully open. And so, the question the angels place gently in your spirit is this: can you welcome what is now, without clinging to what was? Because the version of this person who's returning is not the one who left. And the version of you who will receive them is not the one who was abandoned. This is rebirth. For both of you. If you're still here, if your soul has whispered yes more than once while reading this, then your heart already knows this message was meant for you. You've been patient not just with them, but with yourself. And that patience is blossoming into something sacred. Stay with it. Stay with the belief that love this genuine, this vulnerable, doesn't fade, it evolves. And when it reappears, it calls you to rise with it. Your next chapter isn't waiting for you somewhere out there. It has already begun. And now the angels are revealing something else, a final quiet truth that may settle deep within you, even as this person returns, even as love rekindles between you. This journey was never solely about the reunion. It has always been about the expansion of your soul. You see, they regret walking away, but their regret does not define you. What defines you is how you chose to grow in the silence. How you chose to love yourself in their absence. How you didn't shut your heart, even when it would have been easier to numb it. They are coming back. Yes. But you? You have risen. And because of that, everything is different now. The love that returns will be one that honors your light. That nourishes your spirit. That walks beside you, not ahead of you, not behind, but beside. You will not have to wonder anymore. You will not have to chase. And when they look into your eyes this time, they will see it, the wholeness you found in their absence. The depth you accessed while they were away. The woman you've become, radiant, grounded, unshakable. This, beloved soul, is why it had to happen this way. And here's something only you can decide now. Will you receive this love not from your wounds, but from your wisdom? Because if you do, you won't just change the story between you and this person. You will transform the legacy of love for generations past and future. And if this message found you today, if your breath caught somewhere in the midst of these words, if something stirred within you that you haven't felt in a long time, then you already know. The moment is coming. And you were born ready. Let this be your understanding. Everything that seemed broken is being made whole. Everything that felt like an ending was the universe setting the stage for a new, divine beginning. And now, the angels are planting a final seed in your spirit. They ask that you hold this truth close. Love will return. But even more importantly, you have returned to yourself. You are not who you were when they walked away. You are not waiting anymore. You are choosing. You are not afraid of silence now. you've learned to listen within it. And when they show up, because they will, your heart will know exactly what to do. Not from fear, not from longing, but from deep, divine truth. This connection will not be rushed. This time, it will be sacred. This time, it will be intentional. And as the angels surround you now, illuminating every part of your path, they leave you with this. There is no mistake in love's delay. There is only preparation. There is only alignment. There is only grace. Breathe that in. Let it settle. Let it fill the parts of you that once held confusion. Let it replace every doubt with peace. You are ready. Love is coming. And what they're planning is more beautiful, more powerful, more divinely orchestrated than you can imagine. Wait for it with your heart open. Because when it arrives, you'll understand. It was worth every tear, every prayer, every moment of surrender. Love never left you. It was always circling back. And now, beloved soul, as this message draws to a close, take a moment to truly receive it, not just with your mind, but with your heart, with your spirit, with every part of you that has waited, hoped, and healed in silence. This isn't just a message about them. This is a remembrance of who you are. Because long before they walked away, before they regretted their absence, before they began to plan their return, you were already being chosen by something far greater than them. You were chosen by the divine to be a carrier of light, to embody grace in the midst of uncertainty, to love without losing yourself, to rise when others didn't know how to stay. So if they return, and they will, you won't be waiting in the same place. You'll be standing taller, rooted, radiant, ready not for a rescue, but for a reunion of souls who are finally aligned. And if they don't return the way you hoped, remember this: your worth is not measured by someone else's ability to recognize it. It is measured by how you continue to honor your own heart over and over again. But the angels whisper now, gently, lovingly, they are coming back, transformed, awakened, and ready. You planted love. You watered it with tears, prayers, and faith. And now, the bloom is near. Trust that the timing of your journey is divinely designed. You are not behind. You are not alone. You are walking in sync with a story that is still being written, one where your courage becomes the turning point, your heart becomes the home, and your love becomes the miracle. So here you are, at the edge of something sacred. Stand tall, breathe deep, and whisper to yourself, gently, fiercely, honestly, I am ready. Because you are. And what's coming will be worth every moment you chose to believe.